The University of Notre Dame Common App essays. Let's talk about them. Notre Dame's interesting in that it requires a lot of essays, though each one is of a limited word count, which means being very targeted in how we write. The first prompt is required of everyone, though the second is a bit nuanced. There, we have a choice of 3 prompts among 5 options, which means choosing those that best complement your candidacy. So, let's dive in. Prompt 1 is kind of like a Y school prompt. While not directly asking the candidate about their interest in Notre Dame, it's kind of similar to Carnegie Mellon's prompt on an ideal college experience. Here, you have the opportunity to talk about the non-negotiables that make a good college experience, which you can then connect to Notre Dame as an institution. The key is to highlight aspects that are emblematic of the true Notre Dame experience. For instance, you could say it's non-negotiable to experience a college with international exposure. Then, you could cite how 70% of Notre Dame students study abroad, due to the university's many connections around the world. Or you can mention the opportunity to become well-rounded across a variety of academic subjects, citing Notre Dame's core curriculum. Or maybe you could talk about a university education built around community, referencing Notre Dame's unique dorm life engagement. Just remember, with only 150 words, you have to be concise in choosing what to mention. In addition, we have to choose 3 of 5 very short prompts with 50 to 100 words of space for each. Let's break them down. This first one centers on the idea of faith. Notre Dame, as a Catholic university, includes theology within its ways of knowing core requirement. Faith is undoubtedly integral to the Notre Dame experience, so the university is wondering what role faith plays in your life. Now, if religion is a huge part of your identity, you could cite that here. Mention any ways that you've contributed to your religious community. But even if religion is not a major part of your life, think about what faith means. Faith may mean taking a risk and being confident in pursuit of an objective. If you find that this notion is important to you in the way that you make decisions or influence others, such as within an extracurricular setting, then you can mention that experience here. Next prompt requires an identity essay centered around your personal identity and various experiences that matter to you. If you choose this prompt, there are 2 components to be aware of. First is to mention the community or experience to which you belong to, for instance, your cultural background. Second is the Notre Dame component. How will you enrich their school? Look at student organizations on the school website and mention any of interest to you. In the culture example, that means finding a similar affinity group on the Notre Dame website and writing about how you hope to make that group better. Moving on, we have a community essay, specifically through the lens of service. This is a perfect opportunity to cite a volunteer experience from your activity list. Pick a meaningful experience, whether that was tutoring classmates, picking up trash around your school, or volunteering at a food bank. Highlight the experience that is most meaningful to you and explain why you do it. Fourth is a bit of an oddball prompt. Compliments may not be top of mind when brainstorming essays. Yet, you can think about times when you may have been complimented. At least in my life, that has often pertained to my skills and abilities. As a result, this essay is a great chance for you to highlight something you're good at, with your activity list being a great starting point. For instance, if you participated in athletics or music at a high level, then mentioning a compliment in this arena is a great chance for you to highlight your forte. And last, we have a very open-ended question. What would you fight for? Well, this may be tough to think about, especially if there are a lot of areas that you're passionate in. As a result, I'd encourage you to make this a bit more concrete. For example, you can connect this to an academic interest, thinking in terms of what you hope to accomplish, the career goal that your major will prepare you for. So, if you're interested in studying biology, perhaps you'd fight for improved health outcomes. Or if you're interested in international studies, you may fight to help underserved communities through policy. Whatever you'd fight for, you could think about it through such an academic lens. So, those are the 5 prompts. Which should you choose? As always, pick the ones that will be complementary to your candidacy without overlap. So, if you cover your academic interest in 2 prompts, consider swapping one out to highlight another aspect of your character. Do that and present different, compelling views into your profile, and you'll be set. You got this.